should be back midway through the season. I heard mid-October, but he is not on the field. And like we talked about last week on the broadcast Friday night, he was missed after those first couple minutes after they got the quick goal.
And of course, also senior Drew List is out with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, two key guys. List obviously some MIAA championship experience last year on that campaign. Bright spot, though, early on in this season has been Sean Barwick, the pressure on the top. He's joined also by Facetta at time. Great step there from Corona. Love that Corona hasn't stopped his run. And that comes upstairs. Calvert Hall's going to have to look to Wells to keep the defense in order. I think last week there were some signs Cam Oren going to control the midfield while Sodek is away. And he's going to need the support of Barnard and Vendetta on the wings. That goes all the way back to Nattens, who corrals it, and he distributes quickly to Bobby Wells.
Nice win by Bender there.
Calvert Hall struggled a little bit with possession in the Loyola game. It came out of both halves very strong. Great turn from Vendetta. He's dispossessed. It's a great idea. Let's see if Calvert Hall can lock in here deep down in the McDonough corner. I don't believe it's a goal kick. And the referee corrects. Ian McDonald. Bender tries to play a through ball to Barnard, who nearly got a foot to it.
Got a pretty good run there. Got around two defenders.
Yeah, I don't think Barnard was maybe expecting that pass. It was a great ball.
So we need a lot of plays like that with guys trying to get into the box and get a shot off like that, because we're not going to get too many chances in the game. So any chance like that to get up there is a good one.
Yeah, I think absolutely you have to capitalize when you can, and right there, just nearly, Barnard puts in a 1-goal lead. Like what I'm seeing though from Calvert Hall. They seem very balanced thus far. High pressure from the likes of Barwick, Vendetta, Barnard. I want to see Bender get a little bit more involved this year. Sophomore. Had a great freshman campaign. Got a lot of minutes. And this is a great opportunity here. Transition to see if Barwick can hold at the top. Allow guys to get forward. But it's dispossessed by McDonough.
McDonough possessing the ball pretty well so far. Holding the ball in the back, trying to find a gap in Calvert Hall's defense.
See, right here is where you miss, I think, a Jake Sodek. Being able to get the ball to the middle of the field and then have him distribute from there. That's going to be a foul. Cam Oren, nice move. Took Sean Nolan one-on-one. Sean Nolan gets called for the hold. Goes all the way back to Corona, who will play the free kick from about midfield. See what Calvert Hall can do here. And Corona plays it into the box to the keeper, Kieran Basquette. Wells is first to the header. Calvert Hall doing a really nice job here of the possession game. Cam Oren plays Corona. Corona plays the ball upfield. It'll go all the way to the keeper, Basquette. Wells right on the back of the McDonough. Player number 13, Casey Settleman. Great dispossession tackle there from Corona. Love the way Corona plays defense. It's a dangerous ball here. Benjamin lets it run out. Take a touch forward. And he'll look to distribute. Tries to play Barwick up top. To no avail. And Corona first to that. See if Benjamin can keep it in bounds. He does. Again, I credit the pressure of Barwick. No, doesn't seem like much, but gains possession back for the Hall. They've possessed well here in the first 10 minutes. And see the side of the field, Dean, wide open. Vendetta really kind of pinched in there. Didn't allow Bender or Oren to switch field. And McDonough takes it.
Nice Stevens from Benjamin. Now Cyrus looks for room.
You know, make him play backwards, right? Barnard, you know, forced him to the middle, forced him backwards. Barnard again wearing the face mask. Apparently went back to the doctor, and the doctor told him he needed to put it back on. So a couple guys dealing with injuries to start the season here. Bender looks to turn. And this is going to go all the way back to the keeper basket. Corona wins the header. See who's first to the second ball. Great touch there from Barnard. Bender looks to distribute back to him. See if Barnard could get a corner or get a cross in here. Puts a move on, tries to get... The ball goes all the way cross field to Vendetta. Looks to keep it in bounds. And does. But is dispossessed from number 21, Ian McDonald. Little substitution here for Seta, I think, for Barwick. Coming on.
I believe that is the freshman Jackson Ruckman coming on from McDonough and coming off as Casey Settleman.
Number. Ruckman.
Substitution for McDonough. Freshman number 12, Jackson Ruckman. And checking in for the Hall, number 21, Ryan Facetta. He replaces Sean Barwick.
I think Coach Zincan saw Barwick kind of a little gas there in the opening minutes. He put a lot of high pressure on, and let's see if Facetta can come in and provide the same spark, high pressure, allowing some dispossession in some dangerous areas, although Calvert Hall now dispossessed in the middle of the field. Defense led by Bobby Wells. Corona snuffed out. Facetta provides the high pressure. It's given back to the Hall. Let's see if Calvert Hall can switch field. Goes to Benjamin, who will keep this ball in bounds. Brings it down. Great touch, and that's going to be a foul call as Benjamin went down. Andrew Privet caught with the hold.
So literally they were trying to play advantage at first, but I think the referee realized it was not going to be a fruitful attack right there. So
yeah, I would love to see Corona maybe start from the back here. A big switch. Instead of playing a ball in there, let's see what he does. Put this one.
So far it's been 15 minutes, and we've only had one close goal scoring chance for either team on the one played by Barnard in the box. But it doesn't seem like Nattens has gotten any action yet.
No, Nattens definitely is enjoying his view. Yeah, I think one of the keys to the game today is Calvert Hall winning of the midfield. You know, they got to win the midfield, set pieces. All right, Calvert Hall did it really well last week defending against the set piece. I think Loyola had something like 16 corner kicks in the game. You know, it's hard to defend 16 corners well 16 times. So I think Calvert Hall on the defensive and offensive side of the ball on set pieces will be a key to the game. I think 50-50 balls as well. Facetta tries to put the high pressure on. McDonough coach not happy about that undercut. But that attack snuffed out by Bobby Wells. See if he can get forward here. Big switch there. See the switch here, Dean? It's wide open. Facetta takes down the sideline.
So literally right now it looks like McDonough's playing one half of the field.
I mean, every single player inside the right hash of the football field. Let's see if Benjamin can get wide. Bender trying to play him. Bender to his left foot. Gets it to him. What a shot there from Facetta.
They're going to give Calvert Hall a corner.
Nice little combo there from Bender and Facetta. Facetta tried to bend it around the keeper basket, excuse me.
Like, yeah, but you could see that entire play right there. Nick Benjamin and Vendetta were open over here on the side. But Bender did make a good move in when he wasn't able to turn around and look for the switch. He was able to go upfield and still find Facetta.
Yeah, I mean, I just everybody. And it's going to go out of bounds for another corner. Nearly lost our cameraman up here in the booth. Matthew, your last name, Matthew? What is it? Matthew Stroh, freshman, learning the camera duties. Doing a fine job in his first action of the Comm Club. Headed up by Miss Danielle Werner, our Director of Communications. She also joins me in the booth, along with Miss Margie Forbes. We've got a big night here tonight, Calvert Hall doubleheader. Riverdale Baptist playing the Calvert Hall varsity football team. And as you're seeing and watching now, varsity soccer Cards taking on McDonough Eagles. Approaching the 20-minute mark here in the first half. We have yet to see a shot on goal. 2 corner kicks by Calvert Hall. Facetta tries to head it on to Vendetta. Tries to put a move on, but is snuffed out by Ian McDonald. Sean Nolan looks to control. He gets it to Luke Davis. They play 1-2, but it's sniffed out from Benjamin. Well done there.
You got to avoid miscommunications like that right there, because McDonough had a good chance to go downfield to get a shot off, but with the miscommunication between Steinberg and Davis, they lost the ball, and now Calvert Hall had a chance to go up the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good foul from Corona. Yeah, he stabbed, but, I mean, if he didn't, Luke Davis was in behind the defense. Would have forced Bobby Wells to come over. So a good foul there. See if Calvert Hall can kind of get organized here. Played a good defensive half thus far. Most of the possession has been theirs, and in the McDonough side of the field, excuse me. I've liked what I've seen from Nattons thus far in the season. Has taken control, and two substitutions will come on for McDonough.
I believe that is number 14, Patrick Brundage, and number 3, Kyle Brown.
2 substitutions for McDonough. Freshman number 3, Kyle Brown. Senior number 14, Patrick Brundage.
And I believe also coming off are Jacob Steinberg and Aiden Welsh from McDonough.
Barnard did well on defense, not allow that cross to come in from the right side. Yeah, Brother Len making an early appearance for the football game this evening in the Calvert Hall home white polo. See if that's any indication of what color Calvert Hall wears this evening. Last home game they came out in red. But he's supporting the varsity soccer Cards, who, if you're just joining us, in a 0-0 tie about 20 minutes into the first half. They play McDonough. McDonough seeing their first kind of action in the Calvert Hall third. Calvert Hall's done well. McDonough tries the overlap. And unsuccessful as it'll go out for a goal kick. Nattons will take. See if he distributes from the back like he did quite a bit in the Loyola game. He does right away to Benjamin. Benjamin looks to get to Facetta, who looks to hold. Tried the back flip to Camp. To no avail. Bobby Wells did well there. Might be a shot here. Right into the chest of Nattons.
And that is actually the first shot on goal today for either team.
Yeah, it came from
after
about
the first quarter of the game.
Yeah.
Seems like it'll be a very good defensive game though today.
Shot came from about the 30-yard line. Just trying to see if Nattons can catch him sleeping. McDonough faithful not happy, but they have numbers here. That's a great flick on. And this is dangerous here, but Nattons does absolutely beautiful work there.
Yeah, that was a good call by Nattons to come out of the box and hit that out.
Absolutely, that was a wide. That was going to be a one-on-one keeper versus McDonough Eagle, and Nattons saves a one. Number on brand?
No, not.
Got it.
20. Yeah, 20.
Checking in for Calvert Hall, number 20, the junior He replaces Joe Van.
And it seems like McDonough really trying to play the ball over the top to some cutting midfield wingmen. It's really kind of been their attack, at least in the last 10 minutes here. It's been successful. It's tested Nattens twice.
Looks like Settleman's going to come back in, but he's going to replace Sean Nolan.
Returning for McDonough, number 13, Casey Settleman.
It's another close call right there on the corner, as while you were doing, of course, doubling with your PA duties, Mr. Clark, the ball came in from McDonough, and there was a couple head balls back and forth in the box, but it ended up going over the goal for a goal kick.
Nattens distributes from the back quickly. And it's going to be given away in a bad area.
Someone's got to be there for that ball across the middle, though. The ball can't be moving 30, 40 yards across the middle of the field and no one goes after it.
Facetta took one in the mouth, but he keeps going. See if he can kind of hold there. Facetta was hoping for a corner. Doesn't get the call. Now goes to his mouth. See if he's bleeding. Took the ball right off the header to the face. Oh, Facetta could. Great double there from Jacob Brandt. McDonough looking like they're playing a little bit more physical than the Hall, but called there for too much physicality. Approaching the 25-minute mark here in the first half. 0-0 game. One shot. So, excuse me, two shots for McDonough. Calvert Hall hasn't gotten a shot off. They have had a corner. I mean, right here, Dean, is where I would love the switch. Over to Benjamin. Takes two passes. Gets the ball to the middle of the field, either to Cam or Bender. We can switch it all the way. See if they see it here.
So you see Barner has a lot of space
right there.
now on the
Yeah, I
right
love
side.
that switch when it's there. Just a bad touch there from Benjamin. Dispossessed. Calvert Hall's forcing McDonough to play backwards. Facetta placing the high pressure, wins the ball. Let's see if he goes backwards here. Does. Looking to play 1-2. And it goes out of play. It's going to bring Barwick back into the ball game.
Settleman's got a long shot, but it's blocked by Bobby Wells. Nice defense there.
Yeah, Wells did well there. Dangerous ball there from Nick Long, the sophomore. Nick gets turned around, does a couple defensive stabs, allows the cross to come in, but it's right to the hands of Nattens. Looks comfortable back there. Let's see if he distributes to Benjamin, although Kyle Brown is stalking. Again, 50-50 balls, one of the keys to the game that we've mentioned. McDonough been winning those thus far. Playing a lot of nice one-touch combinations. Calvert Hall's done well on the defensive end. Calvert Hall came out possessing the ball well. It's turned a little bit towards in favor of McDonough. But we got 13 minutes left to go, as we're going to have two substitutions. Barwick and Zincan both come on.
And I believe Trey Stallman's came on as well.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Three substitutions for the Hall. Senior number 14, Trey Stallman. And senior number 19, Trevor Zinking. And returning for the Hall, number 11, the sophomore forward, Sean Barwick.
Nice look upfield there from Dom Corona.
So 3 substitutions here from Coach Zinkand.
I think he's trying to see if we can get any other guys in there to get shots off. All three
Yeah,
of
I
these
would
guys
agree,
pretty good
and
dribblers
2 of them
upfield.
replaced midfielders.
Again, Calvert Hall does need to generate a little more offense because it seems these last 5-10 minutes, McDonough has been upfield.
It's a dangerous ball there. Nick Long going to play it. Goes off the head of the McDonough player, out for a goal kick.
So we have 3 McDonough subs. I can see Jacob Steinberg. I believe Sean Nolan is coming back on.
I need numbers.
24-7, and I can't see the third one.
4-7.
Maybe 28, Paul Fitzgerald.
3 substitutions for McDonough. Number 28, Paul Fitzgerald. Number 7, Jacob Steinberg.
Where's Nolan?
Nolan's 24.
Number 24, Sean Nolan.
Dangerous tackle there.
To an even number.
Wow, what a move there. 6 Calvert Hall defenders, but Cam Oren comes away with it. See if Barwick can get to it and allow guys to get forward. Barwick allows and makes McDonough player play, chasing the keeper. Calvert Hall trying to get forward in time to place a challenge. Zinkand came over. This ball goes all the way back upfield.
It's going to be a
And
foul on Jacob Steinberg.
yeah, Corona was trying to body to allow the ball to run all the way back to Nattens. McDonough faithful saw it the other way. The referee saw it in favor of the Hall, and Corona will put the ball back into play off the dead ball free kick. Barwick does well there. And Barwick called for too much pressure, as I think number 17, Aiden Welsh, took a cleat. Nick Long does well, but he's called for a hold. Referee was looking to play advantage, but then was dispossessed by Nick Long. At the half-hour mark here in the first half, not a lot of action. But McDonough has definitely picked up its play, matched by Calvert Hall's defense. As a dangerous ball comes in, but goes out of bounds for the Calvert Hall goal kick.
Looks like
The referee asks for a stoppage of play as there's a cramp. It looks like Nick Long goes down. Bobby Wells stretching him out. And the trainer coaches in. Coming onto the field. So you don't see timeouts as much in soccer, but it kind of acted like one as the injury to Nick Long allowed both benches to get a word in with their coaching staffs.
Doing that though, bring it back to the field and not the cars. There you go. Zoom out. There you go.
Nans will start to play back up with a pass out to Kyle Barnard, who is now playing left back for Nick Long.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who checked in there, Dean, for Nick.
believe they brought Garfink back in.
Yeah, I think that is right. He's going to play left midfield over there. A lot of McDonough first touches on 50-50 balls. Settlement doing well there. Dangerous ball here. Dangerous ball there, but Trevor Zinkhand on the body of Settlement. Doesn't allow him to get a shot off, but it will go for a corner.
Looked very promising for Settlement, though. Looked like could have been the first goal
Yeah,
of the
I
game.
swore that was going to be a goal.
It's very
Ball
good defense
bounced.
there,
Yeah,
though.
ball bounced his way. Got it on his right foot. Doesn't miss many of those. But deflected by Zinkhand. Let's see how they can defend the corner. It's headed out of bounds. By McDonough Jr., Paul Fitzgerald. Nattens takes the ball from little Zinkhand. Try to put it back in play.
Steinberg heads it back.
Calvert Hall's kind of lost their possession game here that they played early on in this half. Stallings does well here, gets it to Zinkhand. He tries to play Benjamin. It's deflected off of. Played to Corona. Zinkhand chasing in pursuit. It's going to go to Wells, see if he can get to it. Benjamin does well there. And that's going to go off of a McDonough player and out for a Calvert Hall throw, which Zinkhand will leave for Benjamin. Zinkhand will take. Stallings. And Jacob Brandt play 1-2. Excuse me, Garfink. Referee saw a penalty, and it's McDonough ball. 6:40 left to go here in the first. Not much action as Bobby Wells heads it to a dangerous area. Zinkhand first to it. Continues to run through the ball, and he comes out with it. Zinkhand in high pursuit. Not sure how the Calvert Hall defense allows him to get through three men, but nonetheless, it's a penalty. Called on Garfink. Just clipped Jacob Steinberg. And let's call it the 33-yard line. It will be a McDonough set piece. Plays a nice dangerous lob ball. And an absolute great save from Spencer Nattens. Let me tell you something, Spencer Nattens has saved 2 goals here in this first half. Chooses to distribute from the back. Barnard has it. Great dummy there. Calvert Hall tried to get forward. See if Zinkhand can apply pressure here. Facetta wins the ball there. Calvert Hall has numbers if they want it. They play quickly. Comes to Cam Oren. Stallings tried to get Benjamin in stride. Didn't. And substitutions.
I believe that's Kyle Brown coming back on for Luke Davis from McDonough. And looks like Mabia Abid's going to come in for Sean Barwick.
Two substitutions for McDonough, freshman number 3, Kyle Brown. And senior midfielder number 17. Correction, senior midfielder number 16, Maya Abid, in for Calvert
4 minutes left here in the first half. Don't want to say it's been a boring one, but there hasn't been much action on either side. Just the 3 shots on goal for the McDonough Eagles. 2 corner kicks apiece. Calvert Hall yet to get one on frame.
Of course, most people consider a lot of action to be a lot of shots on goal. Me being myself a defensive-minded player, I think this is a great game so far.
Absolutely. I would agree with you. Abid applies high pressure. Going to win the ball. Comes out to the McDonough. Eagles does well there. If Zinkan could get one more to Benjamin. Great overlap here from Corona. Plays Benjamin's foot. Gets it back to Corona, but it goes out of bounds. And Calvert Hall might get caught napping here. Steinberg has it. Wells does well to defend here. And great angle from Spencer Nattens as he goes right.
Again, Natton's having a great game so far, stopping everything that comes his way.
Yeah, he really has done well. But he punts that one out of bounds on the on the left side of the field. Excuse me. Wells on the back of Steinberg. He's going to get flagged for a penalty. Over defended there. Didn't have a turn. He didn't allow him to turn, but just got caught, tangled together. It's going to be a dangerous set piece late here in the half. Let's see if Calvert Hall can defend it. It's coming from the 25-yard line. Dangerous ball there. Natton's barking orders, asking guys to get up. Comes the foot of Stallings, and you would have loved for him to trap that ball there and kind of work and get forward. The Calvert Hall defense to step up. Zinkan and Benjamin. Again there, Stallings snuffs it out. Comes out to a McDonough. Steinberg has it. This may be a shot here. Barnard coming over, goes to the foot Steinberg, but it runs out to Nattens. And we are under 2 minutes here in the first half. And you kind of just get this sense, Dean, Calvert Hall needs to get out of this half without giving up a late goal.
I agree. Again, we're playing pretty well defensively, but it looks like McDonough's getting a couple chances through now. Calvert Hall should try to get upfield a little bit. Again, McDonough has 3 shots on goal to Calvert Hall's 0, so hopefully they can get upfield in time.
Calvert Hall is going to make a late substitution.
Looks like sophomore Ben Bender is going to come back on for Cam Oren.
Returning for the Hall, number 10, Ben Bender. He replaces Camden Oren.
Bender tries to get fancy there in the middle of the field, and that's going to throw to Steinberg in a dangerous area. Benjamin in pursuit. He plays a ball in, and it's snuffed out from the Calvert Hall D. Let's see if Abid can keep it up there and allow guys to get forward. He does well there. Big switch here is wide open if they need it.
Again, smart move to keep possession there, because if he could have gone upfield, he would have just ran into more defenders, but instead he decides to keep Calvert Hall with possession of the ball, so he gives them chances to find more room.
Absolutely.
Only about 15 seconds left now. Still 0-0.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And it looks like that's how the half is going to end. Calvert Hall and McDonough still deadlocked at 0-0 with only 3 shots on goal after the first half.
With your score, Calvert Hall 0, McDonough 0.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our first half. We're going to step away for a brief minute. We'll be back with some first half analysis and some stats. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Friday afternoon for our doubleheader, varsity soccer and varsity football. We'll be right back. in inside, the 18. But again, they controlled the end of the half. They controlled the end of the half there, and like I said, I think it's kind of a tale of two different teams from Calvert Hall. Obviously the loss of Sawdeck is a big one. And so is kind of the other injuries that are plaguing them. But I think they've done well. They came out strong. But again, it's kind of finishing and closing the half where if they've given up that goal, we're kind of preaching the same storyline that we've kind of talked about for about 2 years. Calvert Hall not finishing the half, both first and second half. Got lucky there, I thought.
Well, no, I agree. Again, Calvert Hall's defense the first 20 minutes was absolutely superb. And again, in the last 20 minutes they were as well. But again, you just saw after a while, it was like McDonough finally found their step and started getting forward. It just looked like at first Calvert Hall was just running the offense.
Yeah.
But by the second half, McDonough was up front and everything. But again, Spencer Nattens did a great job saving 4 or 5 shots there that, again, could have been goals, could have cost Calvert Hall the game. But, of course, now they get it tied in the first half. So hopefully this first half pep talk from either team might make this game a little more offensive, get a couple more shots off, especially for Calvert Hall, who hopefully they can find the big one shot from maybe Barwick or a guy like Facetta or Vendetta and get a goal off, which could, of course, be the game winner at this point.
Yeah, and I think Calvert Hall had that one chance, Vendetta, I think, to Bender or to Barnard, just couldn't get a left foot to it. And, that was the first 6 minutes. Calvert Hall could have kind of had similar to the Loyola game, struck early. But again, Barnard not there. But like you talked about in the first half, kind of capitalizing on the chances that they get. Calvert Hall really has only gotten one. They've had 2 corner kicks, haven't been great set pieces. And again, that's kind of where you miss Jake Sawdeck on that right side of the ball. He's really kind of put balls into the area, dangerous area for Calvert Hall. Big men like Bobby Wells, Cam Oren to kind of get ahead to Barwick. So in the second half, I'm really going to look for Barwick to play from the behind, build possession, and kind of allow Barwick to allow the wings to get forward in support and attack from the midfield.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we'll be back in a few minutes with the second half coverage. So stick around.
a lot of things. I'm just gonna have to do
So
color.
that wouldn't be telling you.
No, I
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dean Saraceni here with Mr. Michael Clark to bring you the second half of the Varsity Cardinals soccer game. Of course, the game's still 0-0. Only 3 shots on goal. Been a very defensive, possession-minded game for both teams. Both teams probably looking for a nice break up field to get a shot off and a goal in the final 40 minutes. What do you think, Mr. Clark?
Yeah, I think Calvert Hall's got to come out strong. They've done that. They've proven to do that in both halves of all the games we've seen thus far on the home field. I'd like them to come out strong, maybe get a goal here. Kind of kick McDonough in the mouth here in the second half. Facetta starts the second half off up top for the Cards. Ball kind of hit the referee to begin, and McDonough was dispossessed off the kickoff, went to Calvert Hall, and Calvert Hall has since given the ball back. Bender comes to double team, but Mason Christian gets through, and McDonough has it in a dangerous area. Although Vendetta snuffs that out real quick, as Casey Settleman was dispossessed. Vendetta didn't play much of that second half towards the end of the half. Should be all rested up to kind of control the right side of that midfield. Would love to see him get wide. Barnard as well. And allow Calvert Hall to possess and build from the back. Brian Lenzer puts in a dangerous ball, but it's headed away from Bobby Wells. I think that's a foul. He's in his back there, Facetta. No call there as well. Barnard does well, and it goes out of play for a McDonough throw. Referee kind of letting them play here in the first minute and a half. Thought Facetta was fouled on the 50-50 ball. And James Garfick, well, I thought was fouled. Bobby Wells has to defend here. Nearly left his feet. It hits the Calvert Hall defender in the area no man wants to be hit ever.
Looks like it's Bobby Wells. He's going to have to come off for a couple minutes. Again, it is also a good sign, though, to see Nick Long back on the field.
It is a good sign.
The cramp in the first half.
Absolutely. You'd hate to lose Bobby, obviously. Kind of the core of that defense with Dom Corona, center back. How do you think Calvert Hall's come out here in the first 2 minutes? How do you think Calvert Hall's come out here in the first 2 minutes of this half?
Again, looks like they're coming out strong, but again, it doesn't look like them or McDonough as well. No one's really taking advantage of any chances. It's more just looking like just trying to find possession, but no one's looking for the risk play upfield or, well, honestly, any play upfield. It's still a defensive game, honestly. Hopefully someone can get upfield and get a shot.
Yeah, I agree. They just seem, I don't want to say they seem disinterested, but it like there's no passion in what they're doing, it seems, in the second half. I mean, the combos that they're playing with, I'd love to see just a little life here. The insert of Trey Stallings early, obviously Bobby Wells goes off.
It looks like Calvert Hall and McDonough have both lost the drive to get upfield.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just Calvert Hall seems complacent at the moment. You know, Cam Oren now going back to defense. See if he can control the defense. Facetta getting forward. He's got a chance here. Wow, this should be shot right here. Bender has one. It nicked off the McDonough defender. That's going to be a corner. I think that nearly saves a goal, because Bender had a wide open net from about the 40-yard line.
And of course, that entire play sparked from Facetta right there on offense. It was a great play from him coming upfield,
Yeah,
going after the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the high pressure was good there. See if Barnard can kind of come out with it. Play back. He's got Benjamin. Benjamin plays a low liner. It goes off of McDonough head, and it will be a Calvert Hall throw. Nick Long looks to get in a service. He does. See if Calvert Hall can be second ball here. Got to be careful here they don't get caught in transition. Cam plays it forward to Ben Bender, who accidentally takes a cleat to the McDonough Eagle, who is down on the field.
Only 3 minutes, 4 minutes or so, and it seems very much like a lot of players have gone down.
Yeah.
Of course, most of them were justified, but it seems like now it's like they're just getting tired, both teams, and they're just going down off these minor hits. It's what I usually see from the last 5 minutes in a game. I don't usually see it with 35 minutes left to go.
It's a dangerous ball. And Calvert Hall got away with one there. I mean, that was a dangerous ball. Came out to nobody on the Calvert Hall side. And 26 Mason Christian had a free one with his left foot. Didn't capitalize. Trey Stallings will come out as Bobby Wells checks back into the ball game.
Returning for Calvert Hall, number 14, Bobby Wells.
Mattins will play from his own 6-yard box. Wells clears that one away. It's to Facetta. Let's see if Facetta can kind of allow them to build from the back. Tried to play it to Bender, to no avail. It's going to be a dangerous shot. This spin right here that Mattins corrals it in his chest. He's gotten a lot of action here, wrapping around from the first half into these first 5 minutes.
And again, don't forget to check out today's game at 7 o'clock. Varsity football for the Cardinals will play against Riverdale.
Calvert Hall playing very, very defensive soccer at the moment. They've really not been able to put anything together in the attacking third. Kind of on their heels defending. Referee allowed Vendetta to keep going for advantage. Realized it wasn't there. Finally blows the whistle. And that goes for a Calvert Hall free kick. Would love to see it played quickly to Bobby Wells, switch field to Nick Long. I'd love to see it.
Of course, Casey Settleman's already guarding Bobby Wells, so maybe they have Nick Benjamin out the field as well, but clearly Settleman could see that coming.
That was a clear push-off. Facetta got pushed off by Jason Cyrus, and it's going to be a Calvert Hall free kick set piece.
Again, this is probably the most pivotal moment for Calvert Hall so far. Maybe the best chance they've had all game to get a shot on goal. Of course, Vendetta, along with Cam Warren and Bender, are all standing by the ball looking to take the free kick. Five-man wall from McDonough.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 27 yards out. 21. Wells turns his feet. And Calvert Hall, I guess, finally gets their first shot on net as that trickled to the keeper. That again also might have been a push-off. Corona gets away with it. It does go off of him, however. It's a McDonough throw. Goes to Luke Davis. Luke Davis plays the ball quickly to Brian Lenzer. Luke Davis tries to go through Barnard and Cam. And I think that's a terrible call, personally. Barnard went up to challenge. Brian Lenzer didn't really make all that much contact with him. Lenzer falls to the ground and is awarded a free kick set piece on the 35, making it a 40-yarder. And this is a danger. I mean, McDonough's showed that they can do this well. Playing a low liner into the box. Here it is. That it goes untouched to the Calvert Hall goalkeeper, Spencer Nattens. Garfink getting called there for the penalty. Sean Nolan will take the free kick. He drops it back to Privet. Nattens barking orders. It's a big ball there. Nattens goes up and picks it out of the sky there. Did well. Nattens really showing me that Calvert Hall can stay in games like this with him between the pipes.
It has clearly been the MVP out of the entire game so far.
Absolutely. I mean, Calvert Hall's easily been able to give up 2 goals here. He's kept out of the net and has allowed Calvert Hall to be in this game, in my opinion. I think the defense has played well, but they have definitely shut down here in the second half. McDonough just throwing darts into the 18. Luckily, Calvert Hall not on the end. Luckily McDonough not on the end of them. It's going to be the 3rd corner kick for McDonough. First of the half, second half. I didn't think this, Dean, when you said it, but they do look a little tired. I know they've had 2 games in 3 days. Obviously playing Wednesday, but
again, it's both teams. I see a lot from watching games that players seem to get tired by the end of the game and they just go down on anything.
Yeah, I agree.
They'll go down just by running and passing the ball. They'll just
Returning for the Hall, number 11, Sean
basically stay
Barwick.
tired. But
He replaces Ryan Facetta.
by this point, with 30 minutes left in the game, I'm not used to seeing guys from either team start falling down to the ground from anything. But so far, yeah, both teams look pretty tired so far. And again, there hasn't been much offensive play, so of course what confuses me is how defensive play is making both teams tired.
Let's see a shot here. Dangerous area. I want Barnard to just kind of go out of play here. Yeah, that's a good play there from Kyler. Didn't want to get it about up the field. 24, Sean Nolan was there. He was coming up the field with it. Quick throw here from McDonough to the corner. Barnard looking to double. Comes to Lenzer. And I think Bobby Wells has to get out of the way there. I think Nattens has to call Bobby Wells off there. Bobby wanted to... That was right to the chest of Nattens, and Wells kind of obviously got caught in a weird area.
Again, nice hustle there from Barwick. But, again, Aiden Welsh takes the ball out of bounds before Barwick can take advantage.
Bender seemed to be over the back there. So was Barwick. The McDonough faithful not happy. Barwick does well there. High pressure. Nobody's up, though, for the Hall in the midfield. Barwick puts that pressure on. It's really just a waste of energy unless he can come away with one. As kind of Calvert Hall, look, 15 yards of space now for the McDonough defenders. Barwick goes to his leg. Not sure if that's an injury. Nick Long snuffs that out. I want him to take his space here. See if Nick can take the space. Had all of it in the world and gives it up there. And that's just the sophomore defender kind of being a little maybe uncomfortable. Barwick, if he wants to turn, could shoot here. Two really poor decisions by the keeper have nearly given Calvert Hall goals. Bender had an opportunity there. Barnard plays a great ball. Snuffed out by the defender, Ian McDonald. Benjamin looking to make a run down to the corner. He will, and it is going to be a Calvert Hall corner.
Get a good play there from both Cam and Nick Benjamin.
Yeah, and this is the type of
side.
soccer Calvert Hall should be playing for 80 minutes. You know, I mean, switching the field, Kyler Barnard switching the field all the way over. You know, Cam Bender making runs.
Just overall keeping pressure on the defense. Because
Yeah.
again, that was 4 plays in a row keeping the defense on their toes. Barwick, Bender, Barnard, and then Cam and Nick together.
Yep, and now
If you
Calvert
keep
Hall.
them pressured, sooner or later they'll make a mistake.
And
Which
now-
is what McDonough seems to try to be doing in Calvert Hall right now.
Great ball. An outstanding ball.
Very good shot by Cam Oren right there off the cross from Bender taking the corner kick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that seems to be the key to break through either of these defenses. You have to keep pressuring them until they make a mistake. McDonough's been trying to do it for 40 minutes and they've gotten nowhere. But Calvert Hall now in the last 2 or 3 looks like they might be able to.
I think a beat is in. Excuse me, Nick Benjamin. Thought I heard a whistle. Wells was forward too on that corner. Try to get one. That's the type of switch you want to see from the Hall. Oh, that's going to be a foul for sure. Might even be a card.
It's not a smart move right there.
Yeah, that was a blatant
risky.
push in the back from Cam Warren. I thought the referee would maybe go to his book, but no. We're 14 minutes into the second half. 54 into the game. And Calvert Hall, I think Calvert Hall thought it was their free kick. As Barwick, Garfink, Long. Nope, they're just creating the wall. I hope Calvert Hall protects from this inside run here. Benjamin should be in front of his man. Don't want to play a low liner. It's going to be a shot, and it's a goal. That is an unbelievable shot and goal from the McDonough, I believe, defenseman. Was that number 8? Yeah, Andrew Privet. Andrew Privet, number 8, puts in a free kick goal here in the 55th minute.
In the 55th minute, McDonough goal scored by junior, number 8, Andrew Privet. His first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more you can ask for. I mean, your wall, Spence, Spence obviously. Great turn there from Barwick. Let's see if we can get ahead. That's going to be a penalty. Little frustration here. Barwick gets up, keeps his cool. Foul was from Privet. The goal that was just scored. Vendetta's going to take it, looks. He's at the 30-yard line. 35 yards out as the goal is 5 yards into the end zone on the football field. He now switches with Bender. And Vendetta will go out wide. Coach Zinkand wanting his men to get forward. Benjamin now in the box. Nice ball there. It was a great set piece.
So it was a really good kick right there from Bender. Was looking for Barnard, but just the defenders wouldn't let him get by.
That would have been dangerous from the Hall. Yeah, that was going to be dangerous for McDonough. Nearly was going to be an easy transition one-on-one Privet there. And I think that's also maybe why Benjamin wanted to stay back off that corner. Excuse me, off that set piece. And now it's going to be a McDonough corner. Their 4th of the game. Go back to that free kick goal. 4-man wall. Nattens really didn't have a shot on that one. He was obviously protecting the left center side of the goal, and Privet just played one around the right side of the wall and bent it pretty much upper 90. Went in about halfway up the goal. Can't really discount that. Pretty good shot, pretty good free kick. But again, set piece is one of our keys of the game. You know, Calvert Hall giving up a really bad, in my opinion, Dean, foul in the middle of the field in a dangerous area. Natton's barking orders the defense to get up. McDonough looking to play quickly back in. Let's see if Calvert Hall can get forward here. Benjamin looks to play Cam. He does. Hey, big switch here. Got Barnard running up the side. Now it's Barwick. Look at the, see, Dean? Wide open. Barnard had a wide open run up the left side of the field.
Of course, Camden Orange had to look for that, but again, they kicked the Barwick. There was probably the best kick he could have done with that, but he does have Barnard on the side here. There could have been a nice shot on goal as well.
And Barnard had no support there. Great pressure here, though, from Barnard, staying with the play. Benjamin leaves for Corona.
Somebody's got to win that ball there.
Yeah, and that ball goes in.
Corona.
That ball goes into the road. That might
somebody has to win that ball.
Cause an accident going onto the field like that.
Looks like Jake Brandt's going to come in.
Yeah, Barnard
Calvert Hall.
coming off.
Along with Kyle Brown.
Jacob Brandt. He replaces Kyler Barnard, who came in
3 and 12.
Substitutions for McDonough, number 12, Jackson Ruckman, number 3, Kyle Brown.
This is 1-on-5. McDonough. Casey Settleman keeps in the corner. Drops it back to Jacob Steinberg. Steinberg has a switch if he wants it. Comes to the foot of Jackson Ruckman, the substitute. See if Calvert Hall can get forward with numbers. Oren is pulled to the ground by Privet. Not happy with the call. Nonetheless,
they've been going back and forth for a few minutes now. It's been 3 or 4 fouls between the two of them.
Garfink plays Oren. And dispossessed goes to Benjamin. Benjamin plays Vendetta.
Now he did have Garfink in the middle. That could have been a nice switch. He had no one around him. Instead, he looks upfield into sea of defenders.
One-on-one defending here from Nick Long. Look at the midfield, Dean. Nobody in the midfield. Right? It's basically the defense and then Barwick up top. Wells does well. One of my favorite sayings, Wells does well. Great step there from Garfink. See if Calvert Hall can get forward here. 4-on-4. They're just kicking ahead to Barwick. And again, nobody there in the midfield as the keeper was off his line. Yeah, Calvert Hall definitely tired. And Barwick getting upset too with the effort he's putting in up top. Nobody winning the second ball. And it looks like Facetta's going to come on along with Zincan. Benjamin goes all the way back to Nattens. He tries to play Barwick. Bender can't possess that as he gives it away to Jackson Cyrus. Megged Wells there, but to no avail. Brandt loses the ball. Oh no. Spencer Nattens did really well there to stop that first one, but the rebound obviously nicked in from number 13, Casey Settleman.
In the 61st minute, McDonough goal was scored by McDonough leads Calvert Hall 2-0.
Yeah, just kind of a dejected look here on the Calvert Hall body language.
Hey, Calvert Hall does still have time to go back and get those 2 goals back.
Absolutely, 20
They've
minutes
gotta have
left.
a lot more energy than they do right now.
Absolutely, 20 minutes left to go in this half. Switch over here to Nick Long. I mean, the left side of the field has been open all day for switches, the wings, and I just think Calvert Hall's trying to play through the gut. It's not been working for them. Gotten a couple chances, none of which they've capitalized on. Try to play a deep ball into the box. Wells can't win the header. Comes all the way out to Garfink. He tries to play Zinkhand up the sideline. Would have loved to see Garfink come backwards with the ball there. That's going to run all the way back to the goalkeeper. Kieran Basquette has had himself a good game as well. He's seen a bit of action. 2 Calvert Hall shots. Stallings in pursuit. It's a great 1-2 combo. But Wells does well there to dispossess. Kyle Brown goes out of play. Be a McDonough throw from Sean Nolan. Under 18 minutes left to go here in the second half. If you're just joining us, McDonough leads Calvert Hall 2-0. It's been a defensive-minded game up until this first 20 minutes of this second half, where McDonough has broken through with 2 goals. One off a set piece, one off the rebound there, and that last one that you just saw.
Again, still, Nathan tried to make the best play he could there. He just couldn't hold on to the ball. But he still did a very nice job at stopping the initial shot. Just unlucky that he had no defense back there to kick the ball out once it had gone by.
Who, Nattens? Oh, absolutely. You can't discredit Nattens' effort there. Nattens is the reason they're not down 4-0. You know, Nattens did well to stop the first one. Like you said, the rebound was just kind of on a silver platter to be just nicked in. Could have nicked that one in from up here. It was sitting on the goal line. Nick Long clears the ball to the middle. Not something you really ever want to do in soccer. Corona lets it go and run out to Benjamin. Benjamin and Zinkhand try to play 1-2. Dispossessed. And I believe that's going to go out for a McDonough corner, as Zinkhand allowed the ball to go out of bounds. Zinkhand was under the impression that ball was off the McDonough player.
Looks like Owen Carroll's going to come in for Calvert Hall. And then also coming in for McDonough. Looks like Jacob Steinberg is coming back on, along with Mason Christian, number 26.
Checking in for McDonough, senior number 6, Jonathan Rubich. And sophomore number 26, Mason Christian.
Another shot by Christian, but it's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick.
Substitution for Calvert Hall, senior midfielder number 29, Owen Carroll.
As we approach the 15-minute mark left to go here in the second half. It's going to be a Nattens goal kick. Lights are not on here yet at the Hall. We do have a night game tonight, the nightcap. Great overlap here from Owen Carroll. Just inserted into the game, already getting forward, and it's going to be a Calvert Hall. No, it's going to be a McDonough throw-in. There might be some life brought back into the booth as well, as Miss Margie Forbes has gotten back from Corner Bakery. She's got food for the hungry cameramen and commentators.
Well, sadly not me, but
Well,
of course I got
one
my
of
own
us
dinner.
commentators.
I got my own Subway anyway,
There you go.
because I'll be over with the band right after this game anyway.
That's right. We got a long night. Long day, really. Day started at 7 o'clock. It's going to go till probably about 10 o'clock this evening with the football game.
Band has a lot of commitments.
Yeah, band is playing tonight. Tonight's first home football game they would be playing out. Full marching
That
band.
should be a great game tonight.
Should be
Hopefully
a
you'll
good,
stick
great
around.
game. Calvert Hall nearly beat Wise at Wise. Lost by 3. Or excuse me, 2, I believe, 17-15. And they return, obviously, to Riverdale, to home action against Riverdale Baptist. Going to be a Calvert Hall throw. Owen Carroll wins the header. Tries to flick it on to Facetta. Love to see Bobby Wells kind of bring that ball down. I know he was kind of the last line of defense there, but kind of let him, the defender backed off. Comes to Nick Long. Nick Long's trying to see Facetta. He doesn't. Bender gives it to McDonough. Carroll inserted in the midfield. Has placed some high pressure. Facetta takes. He plays it to Zincan on the wing. Facetta's going to get forward up on the right side. He has no numbers. And he's dispossessed. Benjamin plays Carroll. Who plays Corona. Looks for Facetta. It goes out of bounds, and it's now a Calvert Hall throw. Going to be another Calvert Hall free kick from their own 45-yard line. Coach Zincan sending Bobby Wells forward. Corona the only one back. It's a pretty good ball there. Let's see if anybody can get ahead on it. It's flicked right to the keeper from Bobby Wells, and let's see if McDonough tries to play the transition game, which they have all game.
Yeah, it was a nice try there from Calvert Hall. It just wasn't enough power on it. The kick was beautiful, though. The free kick in. Couldn't have played it much better.
Speaking of much better, this sandwich going to put me in a good mood.
Thank you, Mr. Clark.
Anytime.
Thank you.
That ball's going to run out as I think Long allows it to go. It's going to be a Calvert Hall throw. 2 substitutions looking to check in for
Looks
McDonough.
like Dylan Burris for Calvert Hall. And for McDonough, it's hard to see from here. But as they come in, I'll be able to figure that out. Good chance for Trevor Zincan upfield. But it's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to be a Calvert Hall corner. Their 5th of the day. Of course, Calvert Hall is going to make their sub. Dylan Burris is going to come on. And it looks like McDonough will make 2 subs. I believe that is number 10, Luke Davis, coming back on. And number 12, Jackson Ruckman.
Returning from McDonough, junior, number 10, Luke Davis. Freshman, number 12, Jackson Ruckman. Checking in for Calvert Hall, junior midfielder, number 18, Dylan Burris.
Nice chance for Calvert Hall upfield here. Still many defenders back from McDonough. About 10 minutes left to go. McDonough still leads 2-0 over Calvert Hall off their free kick goal and the rebound goal by Casey Settleman.
Great transition there from McDonough. Dispossessed with a poor touch in the middle of the field. He's going to come all the way to Facetta. See if Calvert Hall can get a goal here. Calvert Hall has numbers if they want it.
The Calvert Hall fan section is not like that call very much, but again, it's a very hard decision to make for the center referee.
Calvert Hall running out of time here. Got to try to get one. Spark some life back into him.
Audrey, I think I like yours better.
Another McDonough throw in. Of course, Calvert Hall still has 8 minutes to capitalize, get a goal or two. So again, since the second goal by McDonough, not much has happened for either team. A couple shots, but again, Calvert Hall's not finding their way down the field all the time. They need to find a way to get 2 goals off with 7 minutes left.
Yeah, you don't want to give up a third. All right, you'd love to get one here, but you wouldn't want to give up a third. Worst case scenario, you want to end the game 2-0. Dispossessed there. I'm surprised how forward McDonough's trying to get. All they have to do is defend here for another 7 minutes, but Calvert Hall looking to transition. It's snuffed out by McDonough. And comes the second ball again, the 50-50s, out to number 13, Casey Settleman. He looks to build from the back. It's 4-on-6 here in favor of the Hall, and goes out of play for a goal kick from Nattens. Substitution for McDonough coming on.
Looks like Kyle Brown is going to come on for Jackson Ruckman.
Checking in for McDonough, number 3, Kyle Brown. He replaces Jackson Ruckman.
Ruckman, the lone freshman on the field for either team today. Again, sorry, Kyle Brown, the lone freshman.
Facetta in pursuit. Wells snuffs that out real well. The 1-2 would have been in.
Again, a possible chance for Calvert Hall to capitalize over the miscommunication between
Burris.
Nolan and Welsh, but nothing comes of it, and McDonough comes back downfield.
Yeah, Burris and Facetta got caught up there, but this run by Zinkhand, McDonough player down. Yeah, Calvert Hall just getting outworked here. McDonough really allowing the ball to do the work. See if Calvert Hall can get forward. Facetta. Great ball here.
There's offsides.
Facetta's offsides.
A very good chance for Calvert Hall. Shake Brentwood from Facetta, but he's going to be called offsides. Getting a close call, but it's unlucky for Calvert Hall to have another offsides call like that. Calvert Hall looking for anything offensively now with 5 minutes left to go.
Bender goes out wide. Plays Zinkhand. Zinkhand plays the corner for Burris. Burris keeps it in bounds. Has Bender if he wants him. Going to get a left-footed cross in, and that's going to go in. That's going to go in. It's an own goal. Off the cross.
So for Aiden Welsh.
Yeah, off the cross And it goes off of the McDonough defender for a Calvert Hall goal with 4:31 left to go here. And now, a little bit of urgency from the Hall.
How do we call that? Who nicked that in?
Aiden Welsh.
In the 76th minute, Calvert Hall goal is scored by number 17, Aiden Welsh.
And just like that, Calvert Hall back in the game. Although now 3-on-1. Natton's off his line. What a great save from Natton's. Natton's, no pun intended, just saved the game. He has saved it all. Calvert Hall, the only reason Calvert Hall just down one is because of Natton's. And he just literally saved the game. And gives Calvert Hall an opportunity here with 3:49 left to go to get an equalizer. Ball comes out to Zinkand. Goes to Privet for McDonough, who puts it a dangerous ball, and Calvert Hall has no defenders back. And Carroll's going to take the ball forward. Coach Zinkand definitely has pushed the ultra-offensive button here on this game.
Of course, Camden Orange sitting ready to go on the sidelines, hoping to get back in before this game ends.
This ball goes to the corner for Set if he can hold, and that's going to be a deep Calvert Hall throw. This will allow the substitutions to come on quickly.
Looks like Cam's going to come back on.
3 minutes left.
Brundage for McDonough.
Zinkand switches the field.
And I believe Brian Lenzer will come back on.
Yeah, looks like Zinkand came all the way over from the right side of the field to take the throw. That allows Cam to go on the right side. He's got Carroll streaking if he wants it, but Zinkand's got the deep throw threat. Flicked on. They hit a handball in the box. Nearly an equalizer. Nearly, and it'll give Calvert Hall another opportunity for Zinkand to throw it. Calvert Hall faithful now into this game. That ball went right to the foot of Trey Stallings, who tried to put it in. Owen Carroll.
You can see the difference right now in the passion Calvert Hall has.
Bobby Wells has to get first to this ball. He does not. Corona trying to defend. It's 3-on-3. Let's see if they can get organized. Wells snuffs that out, has to get it forward quickly with 2:20 left to go. Calvert Hall bench standing, McDonough bench standing. Owen Carroll heads the ball down. Trying to win it. Has to be quick here. Both sides signaling it's their throw. The McDonough coach is out of his mind angry as it's a white throw.
Again, now the 2-minute mark, Calvert Hall still down by 1 goal. But again, you can see their minds are back into it now. They're ready to go. They have the
referee's flag is up for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. Looks like we're probably going to have a clock change of the time. No, actually a yellow card is going to be administered to number 10, Luke Davis. Not sure what for, but that's going to give Calvert Hall a set piece, I believe, in the attacking third.
Well, they're going to sub Davis out.
With 1:39 left to go in the second half. Yellow card is administered to number 10, Luke Davis.
Ruckman will come back on.
I believe the foul was called in the offensive third. If that's the case, that ball should go to where the foul occurred and the yellow card was administered. So if that's the case, Calvert Hall would get it inside the 30-yard line rather than inside 30, and I believe that's what they're going to do. McDonough coach livid on the sideline. Referee has gone all the way back. He's going to take the ball.
Not much to understand what's going on. This will be a drop ball.
Yeah, very confusing call there. I don't know if maybe Luke Davis said something or threw a low blow. I'm not sure what could have happened that he got a yellow card from the complete opposite side of the field.
That's also a close call, as it could have looked like Calvert Hall fouled them, but
and obviously McDonough's going to take their time here.
Some quick change for Calvert Hall. Looks like Andrew Guidi's on the field now, junior.
Comes out to Calvert Hall looking to try to get forward. Goes right back to Privet, who's going to play the corner. Very, very wise. Calvert Hall has to keep possession. They just can't kick it forward. And again, this is where you miss a midfield here. Look, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Carroll. And that might do it, as it's going to be a McDonough corner. And some substitutions. It's going to run the clock at least down to 20 seconds, if not deeper than that. And it looks like Calvert Hall's not going to...
Unless Calvert Hall gets some down the field miracle, it looks like McDonough will win. Of course, Calvert Hall still has a chance.
Short corner, it goes into the corner. Again, Calvert Hall has to keep possession to be able to go forward. Like you said, sense of urgency. Once the own goal went in, it was like something changed. Calvert Hall started to play their form of soccer. Ball's going to go all the way to Nattens. He needs to just punt this ball forward, and everybody's got to get up. Let's see if Calvert Hall can get first to a 50-50.
Someone's got to be there and win that 50-50 ball.
Yeah, let's see
You
if
can't just
Wells...
let them trap it.
4 seconds, and that's going to do it.
McDonough will win against Calvert Hall 2-1 off Andrew Privet's free kick goal. And Casey Settlement's tap in front of the goal. Although Calvert Hall did get an own goal from number 17, Aiden Welsh, against McDonough. But of course, it's not enough to win the game. Calvert Hall now falls to 3-2 on the season. Again, not much offense in this game still.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, well, you know, there was a chance for offense too. You know, both sides had their chances. Spencer Nattens, I mean, this game could have easily come out to be 5-0. 4-0. You know, the own goal goes in. Calvert Hall really didn't do anything, with the exception of that potential equalizer from Trey Stalling off the foot of Stallings, nearly went in. You know, they really didn't have many quality chances. They had chances, but they weren't quality chances. You know, McDonough put a lot of balls on frame, a lot of balls into the box. Nattens, you know, he had to have had 5, 6, 7 saves, 2 of which I think could have been easy goals. And McDonough could have very easily won this game 4-0, 4-1.
But no, again, I agree. But I think what cost Calvert Hall the game was after the first goal, they were just, I don't know if it was they were tired or something, but they just seemed like they weren't into the game as much.
Yeah, I'm going to credit...
They didn't get that back until the own goal.
I agree, and I'm going to credit that to 3 games in 7 days. You know, they had Loyola here last Friday. They go to John Carroll. They win a double overtime game, so they got to play extra time. And, you know, then they come back home kind of beat from that overtime game, that double overtime game, and they lose on the home field. That's 2 in a row on the home pitch. But, you know, nonetheless, I think, you know, they got to find their way. You know, with the Jake Sawdek out till mid-October, they're going to need to find their way in the midfield. I think Cam's going to have to step up. Obviously, he's well on the ball, well versed on the ball. You know, he's got to distribute to the wings, and you know, I think they got to support from the wings, and I think they got to get defenders forward. You know, I think Benjamin's got to be able to get forward. I think, you know, Nick Long's got to be able to provide a spark from the left wing and the left back position. You know, Barnard able to get forward. You know, how many times today did we see the switch wide open? Everybody, all 22 players inside the right hash, right, of the football field. Almost half the field was wide open for both sides. So if, you know, Calvert Hall can get boots, you know, wide. You know, they can get feet wide. I think they can really kind of play their brand of soccer, which is build from the front. They're not the guy. You know, their brand of soccer, Coach Zinkan's brand of soccer is not kick and run. It is not over the top, you know, that we saw from McDonough. It's building from the back, you know. From last year we saw it, you know, with Cooper in net. We're seeing it now with Nattens in net. We saw absolute, you know, shining moments last week where they built from the back. Everything was, you know, in sync. They scored their goal. You know, they're trying to kind of look for that, especially when you take guys out. You know, they lost Wells for a time today. They've obviously lost Sawdek for a couple weeks. And so, you know, other guys are going to need to step up, you know. And I think that's going to be a key as they move forward, you know, into the MIAA schedule.
Of course, we still got a lot of games left to go.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Of course, well, thank you, Mr. Clark.
Always a pleasure,
Of course,
Dean.
you'll still be here tonight for the football game at 7 o'clock. Please stick around. Obviously, that game will be on in about an hour and a half or so. 6:55 start time for the live stream, of course. And again, we will have the next Varsity Soccer live stream next Friday. Of course, I believe at 4 o'clock. I'll be here. Mr. Clark will be here again. We'll have another, hopefully, good Calvert Hall game. So, but again, I'm Dean Saracini.
And I'm Mr. Clark. Have a good one.